Welcome back to the Crypto World channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now the Bitcoin price is still in this short-term cool-off as expected, but we are currently forming two brand new patterns that I will be going over in just a moment in this video. So definitely stick around for that, because those patterns will reveal brand new price targets on the Bitcoin chart, and one of those price targets actually places Bitcoin in a brand new all-time high. So make sure you're watching all the way to the end of this video so that you're not missing out on any of this valuable information. And just before we jump into it, make sure to leave a like on the video down below, and if you're new to the channel, you might as well subscribe with notifications turned on for more updates just like this every single day. But anyway, with all of that out of the way, let's get straight to what this video is about. So right here, we're on the Bitcoin to US dollar chart on the 4-hour time frame, and as you can see here, over the past 3 days approximately, we have been in this short-term cool-off, and I've been explaining over the past 3 days that we're due for some sort of short-term cool-off. And when I've been mentioning that in my last few videos here on the channel, I was letting you know that a short-term cool-off can pretty much be sideways price action or a slight move to the downside, basically just a slow in the uptrend in the immediate short term. And yeah, we're exactly seeing that over the past 3 days. And this is actually good for the Bitcoin price because it's bringing down these price oscillators, so the RSI and the MACD. And once these price oscillators come down and reset at these lower values, that means that we will have more room to the upside later on compared to where we were around 3 days ago. We didn't have a whole lot of room to the upside in the imminent short term, so we were due for a little bit of a cool off here, a bit of a consolidation as expected. And so right now we're trading between support and resistance, and looking at the support level, that's coming in at roughly around $53,500 US dollars, and the resistance level, if you're looking at these 4-hour candle closes, that's coming in at around 55.3k. But if you're looking towards the tops of these weeks, that's coming in at more like 56,000 US dollars. And so this support and resistance actually gives us a pattern that's currently forming. But just before we get into that, we have a pattern within that pattern, which is this W pattern that is currently forming. As you can see, what we need to actually see for this to end up playing out is a break above this point of resistance with some sort of confirmation, so preferably with a spike or a surge in the volume as we're breaking that resistance level. And then also, if the price could see some sort of retest off that level and flip it into support, that is another confirmation method that we can pay attention to. But we don't need to see both of those confirmations, just one can be enough, but obviously the more confirmations the better. And yeah, for the W pattern just here, the technical price target, if we do end up breaking that resistance point, is coming in at around 57.2k approximately. And for the subscribers out there, you would know what's coming in at that 57k level. That's the 78.6% Fibonacci level. So for the brand new viewers on the channel, we've got a Fibonacci level coming in at roughly around 57,000 US dollars. So that's why that could act as a bit of resistance, and also because that's the technical price target for this W pattern if we do end up seeing the breakout here, of course. And now jumping into the second pattern that is currently forming on this 4-hour time frame for Bitcoin, it is this bull flag. For the beginners out there, usually a bull flag occurs somewhere in the middle of an uptrend, and of course we are in a very strong uptrend here. And most commonly, a bull flag either trends slightly to the downside or pretty much sideways. There has been some cases in the past where we have had bull flags trending slightly to the upside, but that is a bit of a less common case. And obviously for this bull flag to actually play out, we need to see a break above this point of resistance. And getting into the technical price target for this pattern, it's an AB equals CD price target. So we get the AB line just here, measuring from this low at around 47,500 US dollars. That's the AB line, and then you drag it over to the CD line to get the price target for this pattern. And right now, this price target is coming in at around 61,800 US dollars. So from the point of this break of the resistance all the way up to that price target, that's around an 11% gain for Bitcoin. And that will put Bitcoin very close to the all-time high, because right now, Bitcoin's all-time high is coming in at around 64 to 65,000 US dollars. But in the intro of this video, I mentioned a technical price target possibly breaking into a new all-time high. So if we remeasure this flagpole for the bull flag from this low down towards 40,000 US dollars and dragging that out to the upside, what we have here is a technical price target coming in at around 68,300 US dollars per Bitcoin. So from the point of the breakout here to that price target, that is around a 23% gain for Bitcoin. So that is definitely a major opportunity if we can see a strong break above this point of resistance, and also if we can get above that initial price target for the W pattern at around 57k. And as I mentioned earlier, bringing out the Fibonacci retracement tool on the daily time time frame here, that 57K area is where that 78.6% Fibonacci level is coming in at, but the 78.6% Fibonacci level is not as important as the golden pocket, so I actually don't expect as much resistance, at least compared to what we found along the golden pocket previously. So obviously I am very bullish on Bitcoin moving forward in the big picture here on the daily time frame, because we are still in a very strong uptrend. Looking at the RSI, we only briefly reached these overbought areas on the daily RSI, and right now we've dipped back into the high end of the neutral range. And then in the daily MACD, we're still showing a strong uptrend, but if you're taking a look here in this MACD indicator, we're starting to flip into the light green, which basically means we're on the downside for the momentum. But keep in mind, the last time we saw that was at the end of July, at the beginning of August, after we saw a very bullish move to the upside. We briefly touched into overbought areas on the daily RSI, and the MACD still remained in a daily uptrend all of this time. But for a brief moment within that uptrend, we did lose a little bit of bullish momentum just for around 4 days before the bullish price action kicked in again. So even though we're clearly still in an uptrend, and even though, yes, I am bullish on Bitcoin, we just can't completely rule out a possibility of a short-term pullback. But obviously that will only play out if we start breaking some of these support levels, as I mentioned earlier in the video. And below those initial support levels, we have the golden pocket coming in between 53,000 and around 51,000 US dollars. So even if we do see some sort of short-term pullback, it could possibly just be a retest of the golden pocket and flipping that into support. And I'm telling you now, if we do end up seeing that and confirming the golden pocket as support with a bounce to the upside, then that will be incredibly bullish for Bitcoin, and possibly one of the last few opportunities that you'll get before we start shooting towards all-time highs. But right now, I'm definitely not betting on a short-term pullback. I want to make that clear. I'm definitely not shorting Bitcoin in this strong uptrend, because anytime we're in a strong uptrend like this, it is actually dangerous to short Bitcoin. Just like how when we're in a downtrend, it is more dangerous to open long positions. I was letting you guys know that throughout pretty much the entire month of September while we were in this downtrend. I was basically saying that I am looking for short positions, because obviously the downside price action in a downtrend is clearly bigger than any sort of upside price action. But the moment we broke these points of resistance at around 45K, that was when I flipped very bullish on the Bitcoin price, and I was letting you guys know that on the channel. And the moment I flipped bullish there, that's when I started looking for long positions. And right now, clearly, if you've been longing this uptrend, you've done amazing so far. So basically, if we do end up seeing a short-term pullback in the middle of this uptrend, I would just use that as a buying opportunity myself, at least as far as my strategy, and possibly an opportunity to add to a long position before we continue further to the upside. But yeah, I just wanted to make it clear that even though we are in just a bit of a short-term cool-off with this sideways consolidation, I'm not actually betting on a move to the downside. It's just important to stay flexible on the Bitcoin charts and not be unrealistic by expecting only upside price action. And quickly looking at the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index, right now we've actually dropped another 2 levels compared to where we were yesterday, and yesterday we dropped another 2 levels compared to where we were the day before. So this is actually a good sign, the fact that we're dropping lower and lower, because we are approaching the neutral area. And obviously if we're in the neutral zone, that means we have more room to the upside, because the further we go into greed, especially towards extreme greed, that's when we're at the highest risk of a potential pullback to the downside in the Bitcoin price. And it was around 3 days ago that we did briefly touch that extreme greed, and that's when I was letting you guys know that it's likely we're going to have a little bit of a short-term cool-off. And so right now, the fact that we are playing out this short-term cool-off, that is dropping these indicators to the downside. And by these indicators, I'm talking about the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index and those price oscillators like the RSI and the MACD, which once again is giving us more room to the upside later on. So this is a good sign, and this is exactly why we need short-term cool-offs in the middle of an uptrend, because if we don't see any cool-offs, if we just continue to go higher and higher all in one go, then the trend is going to be over a lot faster, and we're going to see a lot more bearish price action if we hang around too long in the extreme greed. And don't forget, if you want all of these extra updates throughout the day, make sure you follow me over on my Twitter. My official Twitter is linked in the description down below. So yeah, make sure you check that out for those of you that want to stay up to date in these markets at all times. And if you enjoyed this video or got something valuable out of this video, make sure to leave a like down below. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe with notifications turned on for more updates like this every day. Also, popping up here right now, you'll find 2 videos. One video showing exactly how I trade Bitcoin, and another video that I only just posted on the channel showing exactly how I earn passive income in crypto. That's an important video for any of you that want to make some free money. But anyway, that's really everything I have to say for this video. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.